ABC 36 News starts now.
Lexington's second annual One Picture, One Book, One Picture Book, One Lexington campaign is officially underway, and it's gone to the dogs this year. One Picture Book, One Lexington selection is the beloved classic Go Dog Go, which will be read and celebrated by children and families all over the city during National Reading Month.
So the celebration continues through the month and features an array of themed events. There's so much to talk about, and so we're very excited to have Eamonn Fitzgerald. He's the Fayette County Public School Early Childhood Liaison and First 5 Lex. Good to have you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be here.
And we love this book.
Thank you. Yeah,
do.
it's one of those classics that we wanted to bring back and highlight for the month of March. You know, it's one of those books that if you if you're younger than I am, you might not have read it or had it read to you. But it's one of those really simple books where easy words that kids can really gain confidence on, as well as simple colors. It's not too wordy. And a lot of adults have connections to it, so it's nice to bring back.
We have very warm memories of reading this over
Our
and
son
over.
loved this book. He really did.
This was on repeat.
So what is One Picture Book, One Lexington? Explain what this is.
Sure. So several years ago, Lexington did One Book Lexington, where we kind of hyper-focused on a classic novel, you know, Great Gatsby, Catcher in the Rye, and throughout the city they had extra copies. They did book readings, and so last year Jeremy Kiesling from the Children's Theater reached out and said, what if we did a One Picture Book, One Lexington, where we focused on one kid's book throughout the month of March. And before he finished his sentence, I said, I'm in. And so this year we are, you know, like last year, we partnered with the Lexington Public Library. So all throughout March, the Children's Theater will be doing the Go Dog Go play. It was adapted into a play. The library will be having Go Dog Go parties and themed events for families that are all free. And then Fayette County Public Schools and First 5 Lex, we are giving out 4,000 copies of this book throughout the
That's incredible.
And you've got your party outfit on right now, don't you?
Yes, I
Go Dog Go.
I like a theme.
I love it.
And he's even got a little St. Patty's green in there too.
Had to make sure.
To pass muster.
Look at the Irish.
Why do you think this book is so celebrated?
You know, it's one of those classics that I think has been around for a long time. It's actually one of the mayor's favorite book as well. But again, it's one of those books that's just easy to read, simple words, and it helps kids build that confidence when they're reading. And it's also one of those books that really young kids can kind of start figuring out, well, what's going to happen next. So they know what's going to happen next, and they can guess, and they can kind of plan for you know, some of the words that they can really practice.
Yeah,
this is great.
And as far as the series goes, the books, what are some anticipated books that are going to be involved in this as well?
Sure. So last year we did Don't Let the Pigeon Drive a Bus. Which they did. They adapted into a musical. Which is really
good
fun.
advice, by the way.
And so you know, so next year we haven't released it yet, but we have a nice book on. We have a short list of books that we'd like to do. The only catch is that the book has to be adapted into a play or musical that we can perform. So
I love that.
Last year, for example, over 500 families came to the library's themed parties. We gave out around 6,000 copies of the book just because it's a thinner book. It cost less, and the Children's Theater had thousands of people come throughout the month of March, which I think is the most they've had post-COVID.
That's great. Well, we still have plenty of March left. We have a lot of activities left. What's the best resource for folks to kind of follow your roster of all the events and activities that surround this beautiful book? Yeah,
they can follow One Picture Book Lexington.com or First 5 Lex on Facebook or social media, as well as Children's Theater, Library. We'll connect them to resources and all the fun, free activities that are happening around town.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for stopping by today. Such a fun book and a fun event to have for Lexington and
Thanks
the community.
what you're doing for our kiddos, too. And I love the fact that a play must be stood up for each one of these books, too. I think that's tremendous.
We had several kids last year that had never attended a play or musical at the Children's Theater. And we made several of the school shows free or very low cost so the kids could attend.
That's great. Thanks for coming in today. We appreciate it.
Great to see you. Back with more, gang. Stick around.